The crystalline halls of the Galactic Council echoed with whispered conversations as delegates from 1,000 worlds gathered for the most unprecedented ceremony in interstellar history. Ambassador Lyra of the Veltar Empire, considered the most beautiful being in 3 sectors, stood at the altar beside Captain Marcus Reed of Earth's diplomatic corps. The Veltar were known throughout the galaxy for their ethereal beauty and advanced biotechnology. Their slender forms, luminescent skin, and graceful movements had inspired countless works of art across civilized space. Lyra herself was perfection incarnate, tall, elegant, with skin that shimmered like starlight and eyes that held the depth of any Bula E. Marcus. By contrast, appeared utterly ordinary by galactic standards. Average height for a human, brown hair, kind eyes, and the sturdy build that came from Earth's heavier gravity. Many delegates wondered what the radiant Veltar princess saw in this unremarkable human. The ceremony proceeded according to ancient Veltar tradition, with biorhythmic harmonies and photosynthetic displays that painted the air in brilliant colors. As they exchanged vows, Lyra's voice carried the musical quality of her people, while Marcus spoke with the steady confidence that had made him Earth's youngest ambassador. Following the reception, the newlyweds retired to their diplomatic quarters. Aboard the neutral station, Lyra had studied human customs extensively, but the Veltar approach to physical intimacy was vastly different from most Stissies. Her people shared consciousness through bioneural links, their bodies adapting and changing to complement their partners perfectly. As they prepared for their wedding night, Lyra expected to initiate the traditional Veltar bonding process. She began the biological transformation that would allow her to interface with Marcus's nervous system, her skin developing the neural receptors necessary for their species' form of unity. But when she attempted to establish the connection, something extraordinary happened. Instead of the gentle, flowing exchange of thoughts and emotions she expected, Lyra encountered something unprecedented in her people's long history, a deeper mind that remained completely distinct and separate. Marcus noticed her confusion immediately. Her luminescent skin had flickered uncertainly, and her large eyes widened with what appeared to be shock. "What's wrong?" he asked gently, reaching for her hand. Lyra stared at him in amazement. "Your neural pathways," she whispered. "They're completely isolated. How is this possible?" Marcus tilted his head, not understanding. "I'm sorry, what do you mean?" "When Veltar bond, we merge consciousness. Our minds become one, sharing every thought, every feeling, every memory." "But you—" She paused, studying him with new fascination. "Your mind is like a fortress, completely self-contained." Over the following hours, as they talked through the night, instead of proceeding with traditional Veltar bonding, Lyra discovered more shocking truths about human anatomy and psychology. Humans, she learned, maintained individual consciousness even in their most intimate moments. They processed emotions independently, made decisions through internal reasoning rather than collective thought, and somehow managed to form deep connections while remaining fundamentally separate beings. "This is impossible," Lyra murmured, running her fingers along Marcus's temple. "How do you function as a species without shared consciousness? How do you coordinate, make decisions, understand each other?" Marcus chuckled softly. "We talk, we argue, we compromise. Sometimes we fight, and sometimes we agree, but we always remain ourselves." The concept was revolutionary to Lyra. In Veltar society, harmony came through neural merger. Conflicts were resolved by sharing perspectives until consensus emerged. Naturally, the idea of maintaining individual identity while still forming meaningful relationships was completely alien to her. "But how do you know what I'm truly thinking?" she asked. "How can you trust me if you cannot access my thoughts?" "I choose to trust you," Marcus replied simply. "That's what makes it meaningful." As dawn broke over the station, casting artificial light through their quarters, Lyra realized she had married not just a man, but an entirely different way of existing. The human capacity for maintaining individual identity while choosing connection fascinated her beyond measure. Word affair. Unique situations spread quickly through diplomatic channels. Xenobiologists and philosophers from across the galaxy requested interviews, eager to study this unprecedented union between a collective consciousness species and an individual-focused one. But for Lyra, the real revelation came in the days that followed, as she learned to communicate with Marcus through words, gestures, and expressions rather than direct neural interface. She discovered something remarkable about human connection. The choice to share, rather than the compulsion to merge, created a different kind of intimacy, one based on voluntary vulnerability and deliberate understanding. Marcus, in turn, was amazed by Lyra's ability to sense the emotions and needs of everyone around her. Her biological adaptation to environmental changes and her intuitive understanding of group dynamics opened his eyes to new possibilities for human development. Their marriage became a symbol throughout the galaxy, proof that the most profound connections could exist between the most different beings. The human concept of individual choice and unity, and the Veltar gift of empathetic adaptation, together created something neither species had experienced alone. Ambassador Lyra and Captain Marcus Reed had shocked the galaxy not through conflict, but through the discovery that love could transcend even the most fundamental differences in consciousness itself.